go first?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Paisley James. My favorite monster is the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Hi, I'm Ursula Adams, and my favorite monster is the Bride of Frankenstein.
And I'm Ron Adams. My favorite is the Frankenstein monster, in particular the 1931 Karloff.
Hello everybody, my name is Mark Statler, and my favorite monster is Dracula.
My name is Bernie Sherry, and I'd have to say my favorite monster is the monster Frankenstein from Young Frankenstein.
Oh, nice. Great movie.
I'm Suzanne Joswick, and my favorite monster is the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I'm Gregory Joswick, and my favorite is the werewolf.
It's Brandon Schnauzer, and my favorite monster is Karis the Mummy.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Tom Shabilla, staff here at Monster Bash, host of Mexican Movie Night, and a contestant of What's My Monster and Monster Match Game. And my favorite monster has always been the Gill Man from The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Really good, really great monster. Kind of made that transition from the Gothic horror films to the 50s science fiction, atomic age films. And I always just thought he was a really cool monster. My favorite creature film is The Creature Walks Among Us.
Really? Why that one?
I don't know. I just like it. I just like it. I don't know.
Just like it.
I feel really bad for him in it.
That's true. He goes through a lot, man.
So I certainly feel like yes. So.
And your favorite Mexican?
Oh boy, my favorite Mexican monster is the Brainiac, which is long tongue, really cool. And but my favorite Mexican monster movie is Santo versus the Vampire Woman. It was the first Mexican monster movie that I've ever seen. I saw it back in 1998 at Monster Bash, my very first Monster Bash, and I've fallen in love ever since, and since hosted Mexican Monster Night here at the Bash.
These are all people I never knew before Monster Bash, but you guys are just like me. You like all this stuff, and it's really... There's nothing going on. I mean, it's amazing how many people that we've all come to know. Paul, hi Paul. And, it's just so great that we can all share this interest and be together. It's really, there's Jim Mahoney back there and Alan. I didn't know any of you before Monster Bash. You guys are all like the best friends in the world. It's really great. So really appreciate it. Okay, in just a few minutes, we're going to be bringing our guest star, Audrey Dalton, up here. So hang tight just a couple of minutes as more people are going to be filtering in to see Audrey. Okay, so hang tight just a few minutes.
Wow, we are so happy to have this woman, this great actress here at Monster Bash. It's Audrey Dalton. How are you doing tonight, Audrey?
I'm doing well. It's so nice to be here. I'm just having the best time.
Do you have any memories of the thriller sets?
Well, because they were all so spooky, and that story kind of out in the background of the country somewhere. And I can't remember too many details of the one today. But the atmosphere was generally spooky. And I don't remember which one, but I was able to give the loudest scream I made in any of my work. I have a picture of it, and the mouth is like this, and it was scary. It was fun, which was the idea.
Now, did you get to talk with Boris Karloff at all?
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. No, I'd worked with Boris before and after, and he was so wonderful to work with, and not at all what I remembered of many of his films. He was just a very sweet, gentle man, very professional, on time, knew his lines, very sweet, easy to work with, always.
Who's your favorite monster?
Wolfman, Montana Wolfman, always was.
Good
and
choice.
then Frankenstein.
But Wolfman's number one.
Yep.
My favorite monster is the Frankenstein monster, because like him, I'm an outsider, just like you guys.
We've got Dan here, who is a fellow monster kid. Dan, tell us who your favorite monster is.
My favorite monster would be Christopher Lee, who plays Dracula. And I also wanted to say to you and your friend here, in the words of Bela Lugosi, you young people making the most out of life while it lasts.
I once wrote Tony Randall a letter, and his response to me, he said, it's heartwarming to receive praise from other actors. And I think that's the same with Monster Kids. I've only ever found, do we need this? Can you hear me? Yeah! I know. You have your little voice. I have my thespian voice. So it's the same with Monster Kids. I've always felt from my heart, I mean this, I felt like this success that I've been blessed to have over these years through the Rob Zombie stuff, and now most especially through Grandpa Monster. Hi, how are you? Ladies and gentlemen, now that the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And with great gratitude, the staff of this show is like no other staff of any other show. So to Ron and his family and everybody, God bless you. So Monster Maniacs is a love letter to all of you, and it's. I wish I could have gotten every single one of us in here. We crammed as many people as we could into the documentary. Do you have that bag? Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, a commercial. Now, we did bring every copy of this I have. And I want to tell you something. Once you see this documentary, you're going to want this DVD. They're only $20, and aside from this documentary, there's a documentary on evil teeth and vampire blood. There's another thing about the Captain Company. There's a crazy, I think we were nominated for a Rondo for our, we did Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, the presidential debate. It was so ridiculous. And there's a great short film, and a lot of people seem to have interest. There is in here a my big collection before we disbanded it, and it's in 3D. So there's 3D glasses in here, and you can see my collection in 3D. Please enjoy Monster Maniacs.
It's amazing. We're in the cake room.
It goes all the way back there and all the way over here. It's time to get some cake. This is actually the first time we've gotten Monster Bash cake.
That's true. It's amazing.
And then,
I have never seen
and let's feature, of course, your brand new, super snazzy Bela Lugosi shirt.
Bela, you
Bela. Shut up. Bela Lugosi.
See if you keep that same energy when I get the last piece of Christmas.
Oh, you'll be wearing it on your Bela shirt. This whole cake business is quite crazy.
We did it. We did it. We did it. Where are you? Get your cake. You're missing out. Get your cake. We did it. We did it. We did it.
Got some cake.
We made it.
Found a place to eat.
The chocolate cake.
You got
Yes.
chocolate cake too?
I did.
That's what's up.
Are you filming?
Yep.
Just introduce yourself and tell us who your favorite monster is.
favorite
Who's your favorite monster?
Minion. My favorite monster is the creature of the black.
Awesome.
Who's your favorite monster, Abe? Mothra. I'm gonna have to say Killman.
I think you're going to say Tabaka.
I like Tabaka, it's a tie. Tabaka and Killman.
I don't know. My favorite monster movie is King Kong. I like all the monsters.
The Blob.
Very good choice.
Great choice. Great choice.
I love Frankenstein!
Nice, yes.
Who's your favorite monster?
My favorite, my Godzilla.
Godzilla. And who's
My
your
favorite monster is the Grinch.
The Grinch.
I like it.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Dark Horse. Thanks, guys.
We didn't get him.
Oh, we missed
I forgot to ask you. Who's your favorite monster?
Good. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
My favorite monster is Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you.
Is your favorite monster?
All time? I'll probably have to go with the Wolf.
Great choice.
The Wolfman.
Not enough love for Wolfman here tonight.
He's the first one?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of feeling. Like, nothing against any of the other monsters. I love them all. And as you can see, that I was going for Maniac Cop. I like to do a little cross of like the classics and a little bit more modern. But no, I have love for all of them individually. I think they're all great. They each kind of have their own style and like aesthetic, especially in the films. But yeah, something about Wolfman. It's like this, the misunderstood tragedy. You know, it's like this. You have a level of sympathy. You feel for that character the most. I feel like so. I just maybe I'm talking a little too personal about like what I relate to him, but
no, that's
but
great.
yeah. So that's my answer. Wolfman all the way, guys.
Definitely.
So it's officially just about midnight, and at midnight, they throw things at people. They give you a warning ahead of time, letting you know, like, look, you don't want to get beamed off the head with an action figure, smacked in the face with a magazine. So, I mean, it comes with a warning. We have not experienced this yet, so we're looking forward to this. She loves watching stuff like this, so it should be interesting.
Sounds like just complete shenanigans. I'm all about shenanigans, so we're gonna go in and got a long ride home after this, but wouldn't miss it for the world. It's Monster Bash. The prize toss. We're all hopped up on cake, and we're gonna hopefully catch some prizes.
And you want a prize?
I want a prize.
Or two.
Prize are gonna be like boom. Don't fall. We're tired. Or you might get hit in the face. You ready? We're gonna get hit in the face with things. You better have your hands up. Better be ready.
But yeah, if you don't want stuff flying through the air at you, it might be a good time not to be in here. Just a warning, the prize toss is at your own risk. Come on up, there it is.
Speech time, is it? Well, I just want to say thanks to Ron and everybody. It's the big Monster Bash family here. We're all, into all the same stuff, and it's just great. Ron's been doing this for a long time, and if he wasn't doing this, we'd all be, having a big gap in our lives.
Where's Michael Joyner?
Well, it all started at a small 500-mile station in Fresno, California. No, you just think you're going to be. You just don't think you're going to get one. This is really cool. Give me a hug,
If you didn't know his name, you still probably have talked to him at Monster Bash. He always is walking around talking movies and classic monsters and promoting his
podcast, the Diecast. Stephen Torek, come on.
I don't know what to say. Really, nowadays, I don't come here just for the guests or the movies. It's more for everybody that's out here and spending the time out there, just enjoying meeting all of you and making these friendships. It's wonderful. Every time I look at this, I'm going to be thinking about you guys. And this is just a joy. Thank you so much.
Most of us consider ourselves monster kids. We still love the stuff we loved when we were a kid. And, you know, I'm still loving the stuff I liked when I was, as long as I can remember. I was 4 years old. Dinosaurs, monsters, music, it's all the same thing, and I still love it. But this guy is the king of the monster kids. And we're so happy to have this guy here, Daniel Roebuck.
He's right. You know, I cry at bologna commercials now. They're like, oh, they're slices of bologna. Oh, no. I would just like to say great gratitude. I've never been so in love with the color orange. You guys are amazing. Nothing's changed. This is an honor, and I want to echo Steve. I think he's right. There's no community like this. I mean, the NASCAR guys, they probably think they are. But what do you want to talk about? Karloff or a car? I'm talking about Karloff. Anyway, God bless you all. Thank you for traveling. Thank you for this honor. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's let her rip. The festival. Oh, Bob has a word to say.
First, thank you all for being here. You know, because I know for Ron, this is a labor of love. I've been working with him since the first bash, and I just wanted the room to acknowledge Ron. Like I say, for being here, you know, you make the Monster Bash. This is like one extended dysfunctional family. And I want to dedicate this song. She's not here tonight. Her name is Kathy, and she saved my soul. God bless her.
Retro Massive 2000 with an S on the like movie 2000s.
Okay, cool.
So now it's 2020, so it used to be 2000.
Very cool. Okay. Who's your favorite monster?
My favorite monster is probably Bob Pellegrino in the Lederhosen. He's a classic. He's iconic. You see him, you can spot him in a crowd from a mile away. He's great. And we get to see him every year at the bash.
Traveland would be sad because his friend would be gone.
Yeah, and then I shall be revived by Dr. Frank from Frankenstein's daughter. Yeah, he'll revive me. And my name, in the name of Frankenstein and the devil, will be enshrined among the immortals. Yeah.
Gold.
Jesus.
Drown, die! Awful creature! Drown! Just drink it up! Miserable.
Oh, gosh, you're killing me. You're squashing me. I fell and I can't get up. I will be back for Devil at 10. Devil at forever.
No, put it, go. Put soap and water on it.
You're right, yeah.
Soap and water.
So, yeah, Mr. Lobo killed the devil ant.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, what did you tell me to do?
Go in there and wash that devil ant, David.
Why? Why should I wash it?
Because the devil ant has been drowned and then stepped on by a shoe that could have touched some kind of fecal matter outside. Go wash it when you're touching it. Wash your hands.
Yes.
Wash yourself.
Yeah, I'm a very clean man. I'm like Paul McCartney's grandfather.
I don't even know what that means. Use the soap.
Oh, yeah.
The soap's on your left.
Oh, yeah. Your other left. Remember the movie Hard Day's Night when they say, oh, yeah, that's Paulie's father. He's a very clean man. Yeah.
Okay, I'll see your face. We're gonna get COVID. What are you smiling for?
We were singing your praises.
I know, I missed it.
You're really good. You're good at. You're a good filmmaker. You follow your heart. You do something that's meaningful to you. You don't dry your hands. But other than that, we're singing your praises out here. So
thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, and you said, what was that last thing you said when I walked out? You said that's not bad. That's something that's not bad.
I said they're not bad movies, just misunderstood.
Yeah, that's right.
Rock is a heart. He makes movies from the heart. Rock's made 486 movies now. I think he's working on 487 today. And what I was saying here, Daniel Roebuck, is that if you can spend every day of your life doing something that's meaningful to you, you're doing a good job.
I agree 100%.
You're an artist, Rock.
Oh, this is my fan club.
Despite how irritating you are, you're an artist.
You talk about sincerity. That was sincere.
Oh, look at that. That's great. Wow. That's a good one. It's a great one.
Things haven't been the same for Mr. Lobo.
I haven't been getting as many hosting gigs, so I had to do a little extra work around here. We have some trash like Oh, okay. Well, I'll get right to that. Yeah, I got
Bring a pleasure.
I'll get the extra disinfectant for that.
We had Mexican tonight, so I appreciate it.
That one always backs up. I told you. Did you have a question?
Yes. Who is your favorite Universal monster?
Oh, my favorite Universal monster. Well, I might get a little ribbing for this, but I have no dignity left. But actually, my favorite monster of the Universal films is not a monster. It's the Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man.
Yes. Even the moon is afraid of me. I love all of that ranting. Carries the entire movie on his voice, which is just, Claude Rains does such an amazing job with the voice. And if that wasn't great enough, in Return of the Invisible Man, it's Vincent Price as the voice, you know? And I always love that scene in Return of the Invisible Man where he's kind of worn out and he's been chased all night and he finds that scarecrow and it's like, hey, old friend, you don't need this hat anymore, do you? You don't need this old coat. Thanks, old friend. He's like having this whole conversation with this really melancholy conversation with the scarecrow as he's stealing the clothes off of him. I always thought, how far would that go? Is he going through like Fredericks of Hollywood? You don't need this feather boa, miss. Let me help you with these fishnets. Thanks, old friend. But anyhow, I just always loved the Invisible Man. He was a champagne villain. He wanted the world to grovel at his feet. And I love that maniacal. You get the craziness of the Mad Doctor, but you get
that was the Invisible Man.
Yeah,
that was him. He's here.
I'm trying to talk good about you, okay? You get the craziness of the mad scientist, but you get the danger of the monster too, and the look with the bandages and the goggles is so cool. And I just think he's cool. I like and all the special effects. You know, I think that was probably excuse me, sir. One of the this guy's taking my shift over. He's one of. He is one of. I was going to say he is. What was I saying? I was talking about him, the monster. He's a monster and he's a madman. And he's a monster. He's a villain. He's a champagne villain. And I guess the other aspect of it is that it's a special effects movie. Like that movie. You know, if you think about movies like Star Wars and all the cool movies of the horror films of the '80s, it was all built around these effects gags. You know? And I kind of feel like The Invisible Man was the first movie that was like that, where it's like, here's this technology, how far can we push it? Can we have him take his own head off? Can we have him running around just as a coat with nobody inside? And how do we achieve all these effects? And then they planned it all out, and they really dazzled the audience with these special effects. So I think like you think of movies like The Blob, and you think of movies like I said, all the sci-fi movies and the horror movies of the '80s. It's like they're all manufactured in that way, where it's like we'll have these FX shots that we want to try and pull off that nobody's ever pulled off before. So I think that's the other cool thing about The Invisible Man is the FX.
Awesome. Now get back to work.
Okay, favorite Universal monster, the Wolfman. Lon Chaney Jr. Always has been, always will be. First Universal movie I saw was on the Dr. Mad Blood show when I was like 7 years old. And it was Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, and fell in love with it ever since. And it's still probably one of my favorite Universals. Some people it's a guilty pleasure, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, but I can watch it over and over and over again. And the first Wolfman movie, I have to watch it at least once a year.
That's awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Who's your favorite monster?
I think by default it has to be the Wolfman because I married him.
That's a great answer. Thanks, guys.
Favorite monster? Wow. Frankenstein. First film that I remember seeing with my dad, late night, Friday night. Big deal for me as a little boy. I remember him bringing home the Aurora model kit. Not the long box, but the wider box, the glow in the dark, and us putting that together. And so Frankenstein is my man. So.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
One Dracula. All right.
With help from the amazing Mr. Lemo, we're finally going to get our Dracula answer. Who's going to dare to cross the chain?
Oh, you're just going to do the voice? Or are you going to talk to the voice?
All right.
There we go.
Okay. So which one are you filming? We'll go with him. You filming that one? We'll go with him.
Excuse me.
Don't bother me. Can't you see I'm concentrating here? What is it? What do you want from me?
Who's your favorite monster?
My favorite monster? You're asking me who my favorite monster is? Can't you see? Can't you see by how I'm dressed? Can't you see by my attire? Can't you see by my cape? Can't you see by my tuxedo? Can't you see by this ridiculous accent that I love Frankenstein? No, I love Dracula, of course. What do you think I mean? What do you think this is? Dracula.
We finally got a Dracula.
He is the... Are we done? Oh, he's pushing the stop button already?
If you want to keep going.
Oh, we'll keep going. We'll keep
All right.
going. Dracula is the Prince of Darkness. Dracula is a romantic monster. Dracula is the symbol of blood, the symbol of the creature of the night coming into your room, the shadow on your doorstep, the ultimate in fear, not because he is unlike us, but because he is so like us. He is filled with our lust for blood, our lust for murder, our lust for the darkness. And he is the symbol, he is the first of the classic monsters. You can't have Frankenstein without Dracula. You can't have Wolfman without Dracula. You can't have Frankenberry and Blueberry and Fruit Brute without a Count Chocula. It's the holy trinity of monsters. The leader of the pack, the leader of the Drac pack, the ultimate, pure evil. You can really sink your teeth into it. You know what I'm saying, man? If you understand, you following me? You're picking up what Drac is putting down? Yeah, so go tell all those monsters to go F themselves. Because it's Dracula all the way.
This is overwhelming and unexpected, and it is just a tremendous thrill. It really is. It's just, I love the bash. I went to FanX, and I've been to, I went to the Famous Monsters '93, which was, the Woodstock of monster film conventions. But I love coming over here. It's a family reunion of people you're not related to. It really is just awesome. Oh boy. Dracula is my favorite. I'm a lucky monster kid in that my mom, when I was little, used to take me to all the Hammer films. There were two films I was always able to see, Disney and Hammer.
That's awesome.
So even my wife is, your mom was taking you to Hammer films as a kid. I was seeing Hammer double features when I was 4 in the theater. I was really lucky.
That's amazing.
And I can look back and say I saw the Gorgon and Dracula, Prince of Darkness, and a reissue of Curse of Frankenstein and the Horror of Dracula together. And and it's funny because I'd seen most of the Hammers until, and then I started seeing the Universals when the Bowman Body started hosting Shock Theater out of Petersburg, Virginia in 1970. So that was great because then I started catching up and seeing all the Universal films that I'd seen a few of them, up to that point, but I hadn't seen all of them. So it was nice to finally catch up on all the Universal films I grew up reading about in Famous Monsters. So I'm a huge fan. And the other thing, I feel like I'm in the movie Ed Wood sometimes because now the Bowman Body is now one of my very best friends.
That's amazing.
For people to grow up and have your host as one of your friends is an honor in itself so much. It really is. So I'm one lucky monster kid, and I have a wonderful wife who supports this.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's true. She'll bring cubs every year and not just puts up it, but enjoys part of the fun of it. She's into it. So it's just, I'm rattling off, but it's overwhelming.
No, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Just gushing. Well, I will always be a monster kid. And literally the earliest memory of my entire life is watching The Wolfman. So I did have to see a couple of the Universal films from a very, but literally, people say, oh, the first thing I remember is this, that, or the other thing, like my puppy or my first baseball game. No, watching The Wolfman. And I can tell you, just see that scene in my head just perfectly. But I am one lucky guy.
So I'm here at the Monster Bash, and I just want to tell you guys that Dracula is my favorite monster of all time.
He's amazing.
He is amazing. He got the nice hair and the makeup.
He does. He has some incredible hair.
Dracula.
So that concludes night 2 of Monster Bash. Unfortunately, we gotta head home before the exciting conclusion of Monster Bash June 2023. But I know it's still gonna be a good time for everybody that's here. We gotta head back, but it has been, honestly, this is my favorite one yet.
Yeah, this was absolutely amazing time. Great time. Everybody's super awesome from the top to the bottom. From the guests were amazing. The events were amazing. The people were amazing. Everything was just absolutely amazing.
I can't rave enough about everyone and everything about this. Like, the staff is the coolest kind of staff you could ever imagine. It's just a big family. Everybody loves monsters. The guests were great. Audrey Dalton is an absolute sweetheart. We got to talk to her for a little bit. We got to meet Bella Lugosi's granddaughter and her husband, and they were just so much fun to talk to. We had such a great time. And then we were hanging
Daniel
out.
Roebuck,
Yes.
Mr. Lobo finally showed up. We were excited.
Daniel Roebuck and Mr. Lobo post-bash showdown.
Yeah.
Right after everybody's all hopped up on cake, there was a meeting of the minds that just clouded
you'll
this
see.
little
We don't want to
hallway.
give too much
Yeah.
away, but you'll see.
Well, if you're at the end of the video, you already know. So there's
okay.
nothing to really give away because you've already seen all of the shenanigans, and just I can't even begin to say, like, it's just one of those things, like, it's just, if you've never been here, there's no way to really tell you how incredibly amazing it is. We've both been to hundreds of conventions, and nothing, no convention compares to Monster Bash.
I agree 100%. There's nothing that's anywhere near the level of Monster Bash. For us, we're classic Monster Kids. If you like this channel, then you know that we're classic Monster Kids, and hopefully you are too. And if you are, the only convention you gotta go to is Monster Bash. Doesn't matter where you are, across the world, this is the one that's worth coming to.
Whether you just watched a couple monster movies when you were growing up with your parents, your grandparents, whatever it was, or you just happen to see a couple more, come and check this out. There's something so special about this convention, about these people, the guests, the whole vibe of it. You gotta come and check it out. Just, there's no reason not to. It's super affordable. It's so much fun. You get you get free tacos. So
you get tacos.
How can you not come for free tacos?
You get prizes.
You get free cereal and cartoons on Saturday morning. There's no excuse. And they even have a church sermon on Sunday morning, so you can't use that as an excuse either. And there's cake. There's literally no reason ever that you shouldn't come to Monster Bash if you love monsters.
All right, so we'll see you soon here on Dark Ride Dracula. Some more spooktacular monster stuff, Stay Creepy Kids, and Monster Bash. The next one's in the fall. We hope to see you there.